This sucks. I know it's gonna be okay. I tell myself that all the time. I had to say goodbye to Frankie because I'm in the process of moving. All right, so here it is. Super simple and easy, pretty damn fast. One of the least expensive and healthier meals, and I'm gonna do it outside of one ingredient. It's gonna be whole food, plant-based. Yum. I eat different variations of this all the time. All right, so here's what I got. This is one bunch of kale. Picked off the stem, I'm dropping it all over the place, and washed it. Put it in a bowl, rinsed it, and drained the water. Super dark green kale, you know the kind. 8 cherry tomatoes there, and it's probably like 2 cups of frozen corn. 1 tablespoon of vegetable bouillon, and it's just the powdered form. I like the paste and the powder. Half a block of tofu. Extra, extra firm, the kind that comes in the vacuum seal pack, so I just cut it in half. Packaged ramen. But I threw away the package because it doesn't matter what kind you get. I know there's all kinds of beef and chicken. There's some spicy. I tend to buy the spicy or the sesame, the kind that doesn't have any animal products in it at all. The blocks of the actual noodles don't contain animal products anyways. So I like these. They're inexpensive. I buy them in bulk. And I just keep them for when I'm hungry, like right now. I could use cellophane ones if I want. I could use regular pasta. I'm gonna use this today. Get it cranking. Just heating that up a little bit. Whoops, I keep dumping everything in. It's all right. I'm making a mess over here. You do not have to add any oil to this, and in fact, I won't this time, on the healthier side. Once that pan is hot, I'm just gonna add the tomatoes actually first. And I want these to get hot and blister up before I add anything else. I am just gonna slice the tofu. You can slice it, dice it, whatever way you want. This is the way I wanna do it. I'm just gonna slice it like that, and then like this. Just like that. Gonna get my water boiling. Now while that water's boiling, these tomatoes, I'm just gonna pop them if I can. See, I'm not even gonna worry about it. Add kale on the bottom, and I'm gonna add the corn. Once that water's boiling and the kale's cooking down slowly, the bouillon with whatever these kale pieces fell into it. For that bouillon, I follow the directions on the package. It's like 1 heaping teaspoon for 4 cups of water, so I added a tablespoon, and I'll probably add a little bit more than 4 cups of water. Honestly, it happens so quickly. I'm just stirring it in there. If I add this whole thing from the kettle, kale, the bouillon, and I'm gonna bring that to a boil. And bringing that to a boil isn't gonna take long because the water was boiling already, so it should just take a matter of minutes. Honestly, this takes me 5 to 10 minutes to put together if I'm ever like starving and I need to eat quick and easy and delicious. Just starting to come to a boil now. I'm just gonna add the tofu. Stir that in. This looks pretty good as it is. I mean, you don't even have to add noodles if you don't want to, but I want the noodles. I need that experience, and they're coming. Now, while this is boiling, I'll lower it to a medium-high heat. Keep it on the heat. I just want that to cook a little bit more, let the flavors meld. I'm gonna clean up because cleaning up is just as important as the cooking because I don't wanna have to do it later. Once I'm cleaned up, I'm adding the noodles. This is boiling. Let me taste this first. Make sure flavor's there. Yeah, it's nice. It's really nice. And I don't need to add any more bouillon. It's salty enough. It's subtle, but it's flavorful enough. But I do want to add one more thing. I think I still have some. Oh, where is it? Where did I put it? Ah, moving. I found it. Smoked paprika. I'm just gonna add a pinch, just a pinch, for that smoky flavor. And then the noodles. And then that's it. Now I'm just gonna let this boil for like 1 minute, and I'll shut it off, because these noodles really don't need a lot of time to cook. And I'll just mix it in there a little bit. I always tend to grab a trusty ladle. And helpful tip, I see so many people using ladles, but they grab it by the end, and that has no control. When you're ladling anything, the professionals, you'll see them, they always grab it midsection here. You have way more control over it. Make sure there's enough broth in there, a little bit more. Pull up the noodles a little bit. In there. Oh, it's hot. It's super hot. There we go. I gotta have my special spoon. Perfect. before I go sit down and eat this, you guys gotta see I have this much left over, so it's probably a good, I could add some more liquid and just make more soup out of it, so I always get 2 meals out of one. Oh, yes. The tofu and the kale. This is delicious.
I hate this.
It sucks.
Thought it would be easier to not have her here. Well, there were several reasons why I did that. I think it would be easier to not have her here while I'm clearing out the house, and I didn't want to make her upset. 2, I know she's being very well taken care of by my best friend that's in America, up in the mountains. She gets to play with other dogs. She's staying with other dogs. She gets to be in the woods and in the frozen tundra of the mountains. And I know she's loving it because I was there with her for a little bit. And 3, I had booked this special flight for her because I refused to put her in the bottom of the belly of an aircraft or a plane. I've been thinking about this move for almost a couple years now, and I've been planning and saving up just for this. And I looked into taking her on a boat. There was a 2-year wait list. And then with that, you can still only visit them and you wouldn't be able to have them in your room with you. And it's like a 2-week trip or a week trip, whatever it was. I could put her in the bottom of a plane, which that's just wasn't an option for me. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I didn't want to do it. So in my investigations, I found this one company and I ended up settling on a company called K9 Jets. They're not sponsoring me, but I gotta tell you, it was one of the best experiences, once in a lifetime things that I had, and I know Miss America enjoyed it. Yeah. So I came back and wrote myself a note. Get rid of everything, film as much as I can. That's been the hardest part of all. It is a mess. The living area, the kitchen that I don't show, that part, my bedroom down here, sink. I still clean up after myself, of course, but you know, my favorite things. All right, it's the next day, and I have a couple finishing notes. All I did was add a little bit more liquid to the soup, and I actually added oat milk, but just to make it a little bit more creamier, and a little bit of nooch. And I'm heating that up. But on the topic of like Frankie not being here, which is, you know, I need to make it back there as fast as I possibly can because I want to spend all of my time with her because, as we know, animals don't have as much time as we do. So that's a big thing. One thing I've learned, I make a mess. Oh, there's a lot in there. Whoa, that's a lot. I got that's 2 full meals out of that one package of ramen. Just goes to show you can still eat inexpensively. And pretty quick. This is a quick meal I eat all the time. But I detract. I'm trying to get to my point. What I've found is that the more I practice being grateful or thinking about just being grateful and thankful for what I have and what's going on in my life, it leaves no room for stress, no room for any other emotion if you're grateful. I learned that a while ago, but it's really true. The more I sit back and realize just how grateful I am for everything, and to be able to get back to Frankie and to be able to get her back home in a way that a lot of people don't or can't. I'm super grateful for saving to do that and for giving her the best life. You know, I truly want all people and animals just to have their best life. That's my wish. You know, may all beings be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May all beings be happy and have the causes of happiness, and so forth and so on. It's important to me to do what I can in my little family setting. It's true. The more grateful and thankful that I am, the less stress, the less anxiousness, the less anxiety I have is just really reflecting on being grateful. And I'm still trying to find my way. That's for me. Note to self when I watch this another time. Derek, remind yourself to be grateful. Why is soup always better the next day? It's crazy. I appreciate you watching. I appreciate all the kind comments. Honestly, the ones that I read when I do, and I just so you know, I usually go on like right after videos launch for a little bit, and I don't want to upset anybody by not responding. So please take this as you're amazing. I appreciate your kind comments so much. And as I've said in the past, anything negative, just write it down in your own notepad and throw it in the freaking bin because nobody wants to hear negativity. sick of it, tired of it. I'm going to leave you with a little bit of closing shots of the apple of my eye. The wondrous Miss America. Thank you. If you like this video, check out these videos I have over here, because I'm going to try to do a couple more before I actually get back to America, and then we start the next phase, the next chapter, and Miss America will be there. So good.